Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, April the 21st, the year's 2020. Let's talk trading. You do it to yourself, and I've got Walmart on the line.
Hello, fellow traders. I hope you're all doing well and you've had a profitable day so far. It's been kind of crazy day, but that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah, okay, now, fellow traders, remember, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and Walmart's. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional rather than two guys with funny names who put trading videos out on YouTube. So, Walmart, I'm going to kick it over to you because you're the one that said you do it to yourself yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You know, it's funny because I made my what I call my core or my goal, and that was great, and so that was a good thing. But then I started, today anyway. I'm talking about, and I went and made goal, and then I started going and playing with a much less amount. And what happened was I got into a trade. I got a really terrible entry. But even so, with a terrible entry, I could have gone and walked away with a pip. Doesn't sound like much, but I could have walked away with a pip. They should have taken that as like, I got a pip, I got a terrible entry, get out. But nope, I stayed in, and not only did I stay in, I doubled down. And then it went against me, and I wound up taking a loss between the two trades of 15 pips. I did it to myself, and I should have gotten out. I should have known that. Hey, I got a little bit of a profit there. I got a terrible entry. Price is starting to turn against me. But it seems that sometimes we just want to hold on to those losers and not follow our trading plan. So it got me into trouble. The great thing was the part of the trading plan that I stuck to was once I had made goal, I reduced the amount that I was risking. So it didn't hurt me any in terms of what my capital is, but sure would have felt better if I had just gone and walked out with a pip gain as opposed to a 15 pip loss.
Yeah, and I did it to myself last night. As you traders probably know, oil went negative, and during the day yesterday, Walmart and I, at least we were going around with some oil trades. Something that we don't normally trade, and I had gotten myself into trouble, and then I waited and I got myself out of trouble. But then I had this really bright idea last night. I put a buy limit on sweet crude, the WTI crude at 15. And then I woke up, it was 3:21. I looked at my phone and I was down something like 500 pips. It had gone all the way down from 15. It broke all the way down to the $5 range, and when I looked at it, it was like 10 something. So I wound up exiting with a 450 pip loss, and it's like I did it to myself. And then just now on this hour, I think Walmart and we repeated doing it to ourselves. Back to you, Walmart, with your short at 108.20.
Yeah, I went short on a Walmart trade, like I was supposed to, and and again, I did not get a very good entry. And I had a chance of walking away from the table with a pip and a half, 2 pips, something like that. Chose not to do it. I then went and tried to average in once I pulled away from it, and then it actually came all the way back, and I was actually up 4 pips, and I did not take the profit off the table, and then it just meandered away from me. And the next thing you know, I'm down a bunch. So, again, it was after I had met my goal, so it didn't hurt me capital wise, but man, it does hurt psychologically wise. I'll tell you that, because you don't like. I don't know about y'all, but I do not like to lose. That's just my nature. I do not like to lose. That's just not in my DNA. And so I got to sit here and collect everything here, so I don't go and do it to myself again.
Yeah, and actually before Walmart got into his short, I went long and I broke one of my rules. It was right here at the 30, and there was also a DSR trade. But one of my rules is wait and let that first 1 minute candle close, because no sooner than I clicked in long, as you can see here on the chart, it dropped. And then, so what I did was I just decided to wait, and it actually gave me a chance to exit with a small profit. And I think I took another DSR trade here, or no, I think it was about right here, because I remember it came up to about, I needed to be right around 26, and as you can see here, it hit a high of about 249, which was just didn't give me enough to get out break even. Or so what I did was I took this trade off. I just banked some profit. And then it came back down and it came back up, but I didn't do anything. And as you can see here, if I would have just held that long, but that's the old woulda, coulda, shoulda looking in the background. But but this method shows here that this was a positive trade. This one here, you might have had to take a loss. You move over here, then you get the Magilla Gorilla trade if you stayed in it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. We do it to ourselves, you know. What's funny because we find ourselves going, oh, they did it to me again. They went and stole 2 pips. They stole a pip, you know. The reality is that's just part of the game, and the rest of it is okay. You know, it's sort of like you're playing baseball. What happens is, you know, sometimes the umpire makes a bad call. You know, what do? Do you just walk off the field, or do you continue to play the game to the best of your ability? Well, obviously, you try to play for the best of your ability and not do it to yourselves. Don't get yourself all amped up and to the point where you're not able to make good, solid decisions. And that's where you may have to go and take a timeout. You know, I kind of chuckle sometimes because sometimes I got to go outside, you know, and just go and have a chat with me, myself, and I, you know, because
the gang of 3.
Get myself back in the game, you know.
Yeah.
And that just happens from time to time.
Yeah, and if you look here at these ranges, I mean, we had 20, 13, 16, 23, and then all of a sudden 58. Well, I think before it hit this 58, the range on the euro was somewhere around 52 or something. I mean, this just definitely pushed it right up the chart. But I guess the takeaway is, boys and girls and non-binary traders, is you know, it's so easy to point the finger at the broker, because, you know, it seems like every time I exit the trade, the broker's slipping me like either 2 or 3 points. And, you know, depending on what your trade is, you know, that's pennies, or it's a cup of coffee, or it's a Big Mac or something, you know. But as Walmart said, you know, that's just trading, you know, that's just part of the game. That stuff's going to happen. But, you know, like I joke, you know, I was joking with Walmart when price was right here. It's like, how do they know? How do they know this is my break even and not to go over it, so they can just draw me back down? It's like, how do they know? Or it's like, how do they know as soon as I get out to make price? It's like they don't. These are all decisions that I make, and I do it to myself.
Yeah, and that's the reality of the whole thing, is that, you know, there's not, you know, some people think they're sitting on the other side and they're waiting for me. You know, there's nobody sitting on the other side waiting for you. Because there's just too many traders out there. The question is, okay, you know, that's part of the game. How are you making proper decisions to make sure that you're coming out on the positive side of all this? Maybe not on that trade, but in the long run.
Yeah, and it's just like one of the things that we just got the top of the hour here. Now, I see this big candle here that went over 20 pips, this big on M1. I'm thinking that's a return bar that price is going to want to come back down to 50. So I'm sitting out this first minute, but I'm going to be looking for a short signal and looking to maybe take profit at 50. I could be wrong, but that's my analysis on it. I don't know. Let's see what other charts here. We see we got a 3 ball here. So I'm going to be looking for red at the line. and you see we're in the wick zone right here. And we hit the pivot. And once again, we hit the pivot. Give me a tick. Thank you. And you can see the rat zone. We're definitely in the red rat zone. We're in the smart red area. And we got a range of 58. And this candle right here was, what was that candle? 74 to 38. That's huge. It's almost 40 pips. So as you can see here, we now have a red candle on H1. It's turned red. So can start thinking about a short setup here. Once again, my target at 20 pipper should come back to here. That's my idea, but remember, boys and girls, these videos are for educational purposes only.
Yeah. And if you look on the 5 minute, you'll see that you need to get all the way back down to 108.41.4, which was the low from a day ago. And because on the M5 candle, you got a huge bar that actually started all the way down there.
So we'll shift over to M5 if the computer will shift over to M5. There we go.
By the way, I went short at 70, and I just got out with 3.5. So
See.
my 15 is now 12.
So tell the boys and girls why, and non-binary traders, why you only took that many pips.
Because what I've been finding is that it's been coming back up against me, and I'm just looking. My method is it's scalping. It's not looking for these big trades. Those are legitimate methods. It's just not my method. I got to trade what I trade. I can't trade what other people trade.
Yeah, because those 2s and 3s add up, don't they?
Oh, they do, and that's the thing. I lost 15 on that. But if I make 3 pips a trade, that's 5 trades, and I've made it up. And I can go and do easily 5 trades, 3, 4, 5 trades in an hour. Not my preferred way of doing things, but I can certainly do that.
Yeah, stress-free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been joking about that, stress-free, over the past week or so.
And the thing is, what my win rate dictates that I can go and do that. And I had gone through this with Kiro about a week or so ago. But my win rate is I take one loser usually for about every 9 to 10 winners. So if I look at it from that perspective. If I take 3 pips on 9 winners, that's 27 pips, and 1 loser for 10 pips. That means I'm up 17.
Yeah. So that trade, where was your entry?
My entry on the 5 minute was right at 70 as it crossed over.
Okay, because see now price is backing back up. So
right. So there's a possibility that I may get another entry.
Right.
I don't know. And right now we're also coming up to the low from 2 days ago, and so that's a possibility of an entry as well.
Yeah. So, fellow traders, that's Walmart and I joke this is the fastest 15 minutes that there is. So, just keep in mind, don't be blaming outside circumstances for what's happening to you when you trade. Stand in front of the mirror because you're doing it to yourself. So just remember when you trade, and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit like, and then hit share and copy this, paste this video all over the internet. TheRumpledOne out.